All right, hello everyone. Thank you all for joining us today on this Saturday. I know the weather is a bit not nice because of the rain, but it just shows how much people are here to show their support for Team Gary. So thank you all for joining us today at the official campaign launch for Gary Anandasangaree, the Liberal candidate seeking re-election as MP for Scarborough-Guildwood-Rouge Park. Now, before we begin our program, I'd like to start with a land acknowledgement. I would like to acknowledge that the land we are standing on today is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. I also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13, signed with the Mississaugas of the Credit, and the Williams Treaty, signed with multiple Mississaugas and Chippewa bands. So it's so great to see so many faces here today to show our support for Team Gary and the Liberal Party for Canada. Gary has been a relentless champion for Scarborough, working hard to build a community where families are supported and no one is left behind. From securing $2.26 billion for the Scarborough subway extension to delivering affordable dental and childcare, and expanding the Rouge National Urban Park, and so much more, he has secured critical investments and delivered real results for families. Now, more than ever, we need strong, experienced leadership. With Gary and Mark Carney, we have the team that will help more families get ahead, protect good jobs, and stand up for the values that make Canada strong. So let me ask you, are you ready to paint Scarborough-Guildwood-Rouge Park red? I can't hear you. Let's hear it again. Yes. So we'll be having a short program today with some guest speakers, followed by a super canvas. And that's going to be scheduled for around 1 to 3 p.m. So I do ask that all the volunteers that are here today, if you have RSVP'd with our link and scheduled to Canvas, please do see some of our staff members inside the campaign office. And it's not too late to sign up to Canvas. So we have a lot of team leads. If you would like to Canvas today, please again see one of our staff members and we can get you assigned to a team lead. Now, instead of just listening to me talk, I would like to call upon some much more impressive people that we have here today to say a few words. So first, I would like to call Paul Ainsley, Councillor for Scarborough-Guildwood.
Thank you. Good morning. What an amazing crowd, Gary. Can't wait to have you as the new MP for our area. I've got my spot on my lawn for your lawn sign. I want the bigger, the better. I'm here so this is my ward. I'm the City Councillor Paul Ainsley for Ward 24, Scarborough-Guildwood. Doing a lot of work locally. But over the years, had tremendous work doing with Gary. I'm losing my own MP, John McKay, after 27 years. I know, John, congratulations. A long, happy retirement. Had tremendous working with you. Gary, part of my ward, now becoming part of Union Federal Riding, working with you over the years. And at this time, as we worry about tariffs and our relations with the United States, as a city councillor, I always worry about my relationships with the federal government and what they can do. And Gary has already demonstrated that in the terms that he's been in office for Scarborough-Rouge River. As was mentioned, the money for the Scarborough subway, the new Rouge Park, adding on our largest national urban park, adding on to that. And I look forward to working with Gary. I know he's going to continue to work hard and be a strong voice for us here in the new area. And I think that's very representative by all the people that are here, and can't wait to go out door knocking for him this afternoon. So Gary, best wishes. I need that sign, and looking forward to knocking on doors with you.
Thank you so much, Councillor, for those kind words. I would now like to call Jamal Myers, Councillor for Scarborough North.
Wow, what an amazing turnout. Give yourselves a big round of applause. This is great. My name is Jamal Myers. I am the City Councillor for Scarborough North, as well as Chair of your TTC. And I'm here to support my good friend, a good personal mentor of mine, Gary. Gary has been an incredible ally for this community, whether it's transit, whether it's housing, whether it's just providing the type of leadership this community needs, a diverse, rich community like ours that has so many different needs. These are the type of people we need in these uncertain times. People of integrity, people of character, and people who are willing to work hard for their community. So I am so happy to see such an amazing turnout for our friend, and soon to be yours, if you don't already call him a friend, Gary Anandasangaree, who's going to just be an amazing MP. So congratulations, Gary.
Thank you so much, Councillor. Next, we have Andrea Hazel, MPP for Scarborough-Guildwood, who will also be sharing a few words.
Do I need a mic? Let's put some energy in this room now. Come on. Gary, 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 Gary. It is so amazing to see so many of you. Let me tell you, this is one of the most election in Canadian history. So you gotta be on the side of who is going to take us through this economic challenge that we're going to go through in this country. We are supporting Gary Anandasangaree. We are supporting experience. We are supporting brilliance. We are supporting confidence. We are supporting someone that loves the people, that wants to hear from the people, but have the lived experience and is concerned about every discussion that we have as people, as residents of his riding, everything that we discuss on the kitchen table. This is the person that is going to carry us through. The only party in Canada that is going to take us through and make sure that we're not a 54th state is the Liberal Party and the entire caucus. I saw a lot of friends here, and let me tell you, Gary needs every one of us on the ground. So there is hundreds of you here. Every one of you, I'm challenging you to reach out to 10 more people. We need the financial, stability, and we need hundreds of people on the ground for all the MPs in Scarborough. Honorable Bill Blair said, we're gonna turn Scarborough deep red. Deep red for Scarborough. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Thank you so much. That really brought the energy here today. Let's hear it again. Next up, we have Zakira Patel, TDSB trustee, Ward 19.
I need mic. Sorry, Andrea, I need mic. Good afternoon, everyone. As MC told you guys, I'm a trustee of Scarborough-Guildwood, but now I'm very much humbled and pleased to see my good friend Gary to be my MP. And I'm glad that I will be seeing this historical election and why this election is important for all of us. As a Liberals, as Scarborough people, we do not want 51st state. All we are looking for is Canada. I'm in this country since 1995, and this is the first election that I'm feeling motivated, excited to make sure that this country never becomes 51st state. Nobody wants that. We all have to keep this in mind. As Andrea said, this is very important election. Each and every vote counts. If you have a friend who is a left-leaning, convince him to come back to center red. We need that. It's very important. And a friend like Gary, he can deliver, and I can vouch for it. He has done it. He will do it. We need representative like Gary and all other Scarborough MPs and all over Toronto. We need to make sure that this Toronto becomes a deep, deep, deep red, that nobody can change it to any other color. Thank you, Gary. All the best to you.
Thank you so much. Now I would like to call Dr. Alvin Curling, former MPP for Scarborough North and Speaker of the Legislative Assembly of Ontario.
Thanks, man. I feel like I have to whisper after Hazel here. What an energy. You know, I'm going to tell you something. I've never felt so Canadian in my life, and after 50 years in this country, that this is a remarkable country. I fell in love all over again. And worse, you know what is important about all this, falling in love again with Canada, this great country? I have a leader in my constituency. I better keep quiet, I better be very careful about it. The best MP in the world, my MP. Gary is my MP. He's a remarkable individual, an engaging individual, a wonderful person. Gary, intelligent, and what a wonderful journey you have taken. When I look at all these people, it's a reflection of your work. And I say to you that when we come back for the next election coming up here, we don't only want to win, we want to demonstrate to the world that we are together. And the only way you can be together is to have a remarkable leader. A leader like Gary in my constituency, I feel so comfortable they're there. I know other folks are here, are my great friends, but Gary is my MP, and I'm there to protect him and there all along. And on the side, of course, I will help the others. All the best to you, Gary. You have made our country and our feeling, especially the riding in which I would belong to for a long time. I can't escape it, that it made me so comfortable. Congratulations to you, and let's go on to victory in the coming year. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next, I would like to call upon some dignitaries and some Liberal candidates all up here together on stage. So I'd like to call upon the Honorable John McKay, former MP for Scarborough-Guildwood. Let's hear it for the Honorable John McKay. I would also like to call upon the Honorable Bill Blair, Minister of National Defense and Liberal candidate for Scarborough Southwest. I would like to also call upon Tim Hodgson, Liberal candidate for Markham Thornhill. Let's hear it for everyone. And let's also call upon Salma Zahid, Liberal candidate for Scarborough Centre, Don Valley East. Let's hear it. As well as Juanita Nathan, the Liberal candidate for Pickering, Brooklyn. Let's hear it for everyone, please. As well as Jennifer O'Connell, former MP for Pickering, Uxbridge. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, Anandasangaree, everybody is saying such nice things about you. I barely recognize you, and I'm sure that those things that are being said about you might even be true. But I just want to point out that since 1993, this has been red. It's been a very nice color of red. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. And I expect that you will keep it red. Otherwise, you'll owe me a coffee or more. So, no messing up here. It's great to see everyone here. It's great to see the support that Gary has. I know politicians frequently say this is the most important election of our lives. In this particular instance, That is true. So you'll notice that the Prime Minister said 2 days ago the relationship, the economic security and defense relationship with the United States is over. The following day, President Trump was on the phone. I think you got his attention. And no more 51st state governor nonsense. Yeah. It was Prime Minister Carney. And the assumption was that at the end of the election, Prime Minister Carney will be negotiating a new economic defense and security relationship with the United States. So, in order to make that assumption work, you have to get this guy elected. All right? So, everybody got to be hitting the doors, hitting the telephones, making donations, contributing any which way you can, and get him elected, and her elected, and you elected, and her elected, and him elected, and him elected. Yeah. All right. Anyways, thank you very much, and all the best, Gary. And I don't believe a word of all the things they said that was nice about you. Yeah.
Well, good morning, everyone. Now, good afternoon. It's a great pleasure to be here with you all here today. I lived in this neighborhood for 25 years, just up on Creekwood in the Seven Oaks area. And I was very ably represented in that neighborhood by John McKay. And now this neighborhood, this community has an opportunity once again to be represented by an extraordinary member of Parliament. Now, 2 weeks ago, Canada got a new government, a new Prime Minister. Prime Minister Carney was sworn in as our new Prime Minister, and the very first thing he did was extraordinary. He named Gary Anandasangaree as the new Minister of Justice and Attorney General of Canada. For this country, this was an historic appointment, and it's an important signal of the commitment of our Liberal government to the values that this community represents. And as John has said, this is truly a consequential election. But we have the right team, we have the right leader in Mark Carney, and we work for the very best people, all of you. And therefore, I am absolutely confident we will lead Canada to a new era of prosperity and hope for this country. But in order to do that, we're going to have to bring our very best people back to government. And this community has an opportunity to bring the very best of the best in Gary Anandasangaree to represent all of you good people and all of this community in Ottawa in the right way. His leadership, his ability, his vision for this community and this country is exactly what we need. And I want to take this opportunity to thank you all. Thank you for being here, but thank you for going out and working to make Canada a better country, a stronger country, able to stand up to the threats that our once reliable neighbors now represent, but able to build this country to be the greatest country in the world that we all know it can and is. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Well, I think a lot has been said about who Gary is and why it's important that we re-elect him. Not only does he care so deeply about this country, but he cares about this community. We know he stands up on behalf of all Canadians for reconciliation, for social justice, and on a variety of issues. But being Gary's neighbor for the last almost 10 years, the most important thing that you all need to remember is that Gary fights hard for each and every one of you in this community. Gary was instrumental in supporting the expansion of the Rouge National Urban Park. He cares deeply about this community, and he wants to ensure that it is protected for generations to come. So we need all of you, not just on days like today. There's about, 30 days left? We need you to come knock on doors, bring friends, family, volunteers. We have to get Gary elected and the incredible candidates that are up here as well, because it's people like this that are from our community that are going to fight for you, but also for our country. As Bill has said, the stakes have never been higher, but we need people like Gary. So please, the next 30 days, come out as much as you can, bring as many people as you can, and let's make sure Gary gets back to represent us in the House of Commons.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. It's really great to be here in Scarborough along with many of my colleagues. It has been an honor of my life serving alongside many of them, and especially Gary Anandasangaree in the House of Commons, representing Scarborough Strong. It's an important election, as it has been said by everyone. The stakes are very high. It's really very important that we elect a strong Liberal government under the leadership of our leader, Mark Carney, to make sure that he stands up to Donald Trump, fights for all Canadians, and builds an economy which will work for everybody. He's the best person right now to lead this country, and Gary is the best person to be elected from this riding, the new riding called Scarborough-Guildwood-Rouge Park. So I hope all of you will come out in the next 30 days, make sure that we take our message to each and every door here in this riding to let everyone know that what all Gary has done in the last decade for the people of Scarborough, and especially for this people of Scarborough-Rouge Park. He's committed. He wants to make a difference in the community. So let's make sure that we elect Gary Anandasangaree on April 28th and make sure that Scarborough always remains red. Thank you.
Thank you. It's an absolute privilege to always represent people of Canada. Gary has clearly done that very good for 3 terms. Let's elect him for a 4th term. And Scarborough, I'm telling you, you are absolutely lucky to have Gary represent you. And let's knock on doors, put some signs, make some calls. Let's make it happen. Let's paint entire Canada red this time. Go Mark Carney and the Liberals. And come on here, Tim. So this is Tim Hodgson. He is representing my riding, which is Markham Thornhill, and it's an absolute privilege. Here you go.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm new to politics. These guys have all been doing it for a while. I want you to know when I started my campaign 2 days ago, the first person who called me, the first person who said, let's get together and have a coffee and talk about things was Gary. He took time out of his day to come up to my riding and sit down and tell the newbie, here are all the things you need to know. So thank you. I really, really appreciate it. We're all converted here. We're all believers. We got to get all the other people out there to believe too. And a story that's been resonating with me as I knock on doors and talk to people, I just want to share it with you. We're in a global schoolyard right now, okay? And it's recess time. And there's a bully going around trying to shake every kid down for their lunch money. We've all seen it before. And none of us like it. And everyone's afraid, and everyone's turning in a corner and say, please, please, bully, don't come to me. But there's that one kid who stands up and says to all the other kids, hey, if we come together, the bully can't take our lunch money. If we come together and work together, we're stronger than the bully. Okay? And that person goes up to the bully and says, you know what? You're not taking anybody else's lunch money, and if you try it again, I'm going to punch you in the nose. That's Mark Carney. That's why everybody needs to get behind the Liberal parties, and we need to be Canada strong. So thank you.
Hello, everybody. I am Jennifer McKelvey, and I am I am so honored to be the councillor here in Scarborough-Rouge Park and deputy mayor here in the city of Toronto. And for the last 7 years, I have had the complete privilege and honor of working alongside our fabulous MP, Gary Anandasangaree. And I can tell you firsthand, I've witnessed it, his true commitment to Scarborough-Rouge Park and to our beautiful country. And whenever I make a call, he always picks up, even if it's late at night, even if it's early in the morning, and he has been endlessly working for our community around the things that are important. I told Gary about our ravines, these beautiful spaces that need investment. He brought it back to Ottawa, and you know what they did? They created the Natural Infrastructure Fund. When you talk to Gary and you say, you know what, Gary, we need affordable housing. He brought that back to Ottawa. And you know what they did? They created the Housing Accelerator Fund. When you say to Gary, you know what's important? Indigenous rights and recognition of respect, cooperation, and partnership, Gary stepped up and he became the Minister of Indigenous Crown Affairs. And when you say to Gary, you know what I love so dearly? The Rouge National Urban Park. They made it an urban park. They put in the investments. And just a few weeks ago, we broke ground on the new visitor center coming right here to Scarborough-Rouge Park. Gary delivers time and time again. But beyond the hard work ethic that we all know, there is the most genuine, kind, generous person. And when we knock on doors and we say that we are knocking on doors for our friend Gary, we mean it, because every single one of us has that personal connection, has had that hug, has had that hello, has had that warm greeting from Gary. And I can tell you that he inspires me time and time again. And just a week and a half ago, there was an opportunity for me to serve our beautiful country. And Gary was my #1 supporter, saying, Jennifer, you need to do this, and we need to work together in Ottawa. And for that kindness and that generosity, I will be so eternally grateful forever, as will all of you. And I can tell you that it's because of Gary's commitment to our environment. It's because of Gary's and true commitment to public transit, into affordable housing. It's because of Gary's true commitment to Indigenous rights that I'm committed, that you're committed, that we are all committed to getting Gary Anandasangaree re-elected. Let's give it up for Gary!
Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Jennifer is, I always say, my best friend in politics, because we represented the same area now since the last 7 years for Jennifer, almost 10 years for me. And I couldn't see a better champion for this area, for the environment, for Canada than Jennifer McKelvey. And I'm so proud that she will be carrying our banner in the riding of Ajax in this election. And I really want to make sure that Jennifer wins and is able to serve along with us, as well as Juanita Nathan, who is running in Pickering, and of course, Tim Hodgson, who is brand new to politics, but certainly not brand new to the economy, the type of leader we need to work along with Prime Minister Carney, as well as the Liberal government. So thank you and welcome to the team, Tim. Of course, I'm deeply grateful to Jen O'Connell, who has been an incredible friend, an ally, and my best neighbor. No disrespect, John. She often buys me coffee. It was a pretty... but you know, Jennifer and I were on this journey to make sure that the Rouge National Urban Park is protected, but more importantly, the airport lands that have been in the hands of the federal government for over 50 years goes towards a protected area in the Rouge National Urban Park. So I'm so proud of the work that Jennifer has done. She's been an incredible champion, and we've been able to get this through the finish line. So thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for your years of service. John McKay, a simple thank you is not enough. You know, I was canvassing in Guildwood, and I had an incredible experience. So the first door I knocked was a 95-year-old young woman who said, John is too young to retire. And then they've moved on, but I can tell you, John is deeply respected. John, we call him the Dean of Politics in Scarborough, and he has been an incredible civil servant, a public servant, representing this region, and he leaves very, very big shoes for me to fill, but I know that the Scarborough team will make you proud, John. Thank you. Of course, my returning colleagues, Salma Zahid, who is a MP for Scarborough Centre, as well as Bill Blair, who I know for the last 9 years, but particularly the last 2, has been working so hard to make sure that Canada is protected, Canada is safe, Canada on the international world stage is represented by the finest public servant that I know. He is someone who I've worked with for many, many years before politics, but someone who continues to inspire me. Thank you, Bill, for everything that you do. I'm going to have a few more thank yous before I go. I want to also thank Rob, who's here, the new MPP for Ajax. I saw Glenn de Bainmaker, former deputy mayor of the city of Toronto. Granville Anderson, my friend from Clarington, regional councillor and deputy mayor, as well as many others who I may have missed. I just want to say thank you all for being here and being such a core part of our support base. Louis Tomolkovsky, someone I've looked up to, campaigned for many years in Oak Ridge's Aurora Markham many years ago. Thank you, Louis. I do want to take a moment to wish my mother-in-law a happy birthday. We don't have a cake for her, but I do want to wish her a happy birthday, but also want to acknowledge my family that's here today. Thank you, Harini, for everything that you put up with and your unwavering support and the inspiration that you gave me along with my 2 daughters. I want to thank the many, many, many volunteers that are here today who have put this day together, who've been helping us in the last 7 days, but also the last 4 elections. I just want to tell you how grateful I am for all of your work and your unwavering support. I know that a couple of my original folks are retired. I know Mihalin's there, so I want to just give him a shout out. I think he's here with his son. Gautaman is there somewhere. Gautaman, please put up your hand. And the many others who have, even though you guys have moved on, you always continue to be here to support the work that we're doing. So thank you very much. This election is so important to us. I know you've heard that over and over again, but we've never faced a threat of this nature in Canada. We have our best friend and neighbor who is threatening us with unfair tariffs, illegal tariffs, really to cripple our economy and to bully us, as Tim had said, into submission. But you know, Canadians are bigger and stronger than that. We may be a small country, our populations may be small, but I can tell you, Canadians will never give up. United from coast to coast to coast, and Bill and I have had a chance to look at all 3 coasts recently, including the North, including the Arctic. I can tell you, Canadians of all stripes will have made it clear to us as a government, as representatives of Canada, to stand up to the United States. They've told us that we will never capitulate, that we will never give in to the pressures of the United States, because we have a strong country that is united, not just by the bonds of history, but also because of the resolve of its people who have come from all parts of the world and who have settled here, where so many Indigenous people from many parts of this country have, for thousands of years, safeguarded this country. And that's why when the President of the United States threatens us, we stand up. And we will stand up together as Canadians. And we will make sure, under the leadership of Mark Carney, Prime Minister Mark Carney, that Canada will absolutely defend itself, defend our workers, defend our businesses, defend every ounce of being that we have in order to make sure that we stand strong, north and free. So on April the 28th, I want to thank you for the support you're giving me right now as we work through the campaign and we make sure that our neighbors and friends know the message of Prime Minister Carney and that of the Liberal team. So I want you to go out there today and please help us win this election. But not just for me, but for everyone standing here, but more importantly, for every Canadian out there. So with that, I want to just say thank you very much. If you haven't signed up to volunteer today, please sign up. If you haven't donated, and if you want to donate, there's donation forms here you can sign up for. As well, I just want to close off by thanking Mrs. Devaraja, who's here today. She'll be cutting our ribbon right now to open this office. As you know, Peter Uncle was a dear, dear friend and someone who was a pillar of every one of my campaigns, along with Money Uncle. And he, several years ago, passed away. But I know that he's looking over us, and I just want to thank you for everything that you have done and the guidance and the support and the love that you offer. I know I'm so grateful to you and to your family. So I would like to invite you to please cut the ribbon and get this campaign launched. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, guys, in 3, okay? 3, 2, 1.
All right, thank you everyone again. That concludes our program for today. I do want to remind everyone that we have refreshments inside the campaign office. We got pasta, cookies, drinks, coffee. So please go inside and grab something to eat. As well as for all our volunteers who signed up to canvass, please do meet us in the campaign office. If you would still like to canvass and you haven't signed up, that's no problem. We'd love to take as many people as we can, so please do make your way to the campaign office. Thank you again, everyone, and let's paint Scarborough-Guildwood-Rouge Park red. Thank you! Woo!